Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa. My regards to the Triple Gem. And today I am going to give a Dhamma discourse on the Sigala Sutta. So, basically, when I say Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa, it necessarily, if I translate it, it necessarily means that I bow to the one who has broken the arrows of suffering, the only Samma Sambuddha. So that is the exact meaning. And before that, I asked for Vandana Kampana, that is forgiveness. So it's Okasa Dwaratayena Kattam Sabbam Aparadam Khamatame Bante Dutiyampi Okasa Dwaratayena Kattam Aparadam Khamatame Bante Tatiyampi Okasa Dwaratayena Kattam Sabbam Aparadam Khamatame Bante Anukampam Upadaya. So this is I am excusing myself from the venerable ones to pardon me of any transgression by the three action doors, that is bodily, verbal, and mental. So here I begin now. So I will start with the Sigalovada Sutta. It's in the Dīgha Nikaya, and it's one of a very popular sutta, wherein we have the Ratan Sutta, which is we recite in terms of calamity. But this Sigalovada Sutta is basically Buddha's teaching on harmony for self, harmony for family, and harmony for everybody. So it's a very unique sutta and very popular with global academicians, Bhantes, and it is very well narrated. So I will begin it. First, I need to give a brief kind of about the sutta. So I'll read it out and then we'll go to the sutta. Its historical background is the Buddha was staying at the bamboo grove in Rajagaha. Just before the dawn, he used to remain immersed in samadhi known as Mahakaruna Samapati. The ecstatic observation of boundless compassion emerging from the samadhi, he used to scan the entire universe with his unique omniscient vision. Those who were sufficiently spiritually mature appeared in this mental stream. Having fully investigated the spiritual potential of the individual, he exercised supernormal powers and wielded him. Then the supremely enlightened one taught him the Dhamma in such a way as to bring out his spiritual transformation. His whole life changed, and even a wayward person turned into a dignified, generous, saintly being. Buddha practiced this every day during his 45 years of compassionate spiritual mission. So this I will take it further, but I hope in the recording you will edit it and this black face will go away. Okay. So I will go to the discourse to the Sigala. Once on an occasion, the exalted one was dwelling in the bamboo grove, the squirrel sanctuary near Rajagaha. Now at that time, young Sigala, a householder son, rising early in the morning, departing from Rajagaha with wet clothes and wet hair, worshipped with joined hands in various quarters: the east, the south, the west, the north, the nadir, and the zenith. Then the exalted one, having robed himself in the forenoon, took bowl and robe and entered Rajagaha for alms. Now he saw young Sigala worshipping thus and spoke to him as follows: Wherefore do you, young householder, rising early in the morning, departing from Rajagaha with wet clothes and wet hair, Worship with joined hands these various quarters, the east, the south, the west, the north, the nadir, and the zenith. He replied, my father, Lord, while dying, said to me, the six quarters, dear one, you shall worship, and I love, respecting, reverencing, and honoring my father's word, rise early in the morning and leaving Rajagaha with wet clothes and wet hair, worship with hands these six quarters. It is not thus young householder. The six quarters should be worshipped in the discipline of the noble. How then, Lord, should the six quarters be worshipped in the discipline of the noble? It is well, Lord, if the exalted one would teach the doctrine to me, showing how the six quarters should be worshipped in the discipline of the noble. Well, young householder, listen and bear it well in mind. I shall speak, very good Lord, responded Sigala. And the exalted one spoke as follows. In as much young householder as the noble discipline, one has eradicated the four vices in conduct, in as much as he commits no evil action in four ways. Three, in as much as he perceives not the six channels for dissipating wealth, he does avoiding 14 evil things, covers the six quarters, and enters the path leading to in both worlds. He is favored in this world and in the world beyond. When the dissolution of the body after death, he is born in a happy heavenly realm. First one is what four vices in conduct that he has eradicated. The destruction of life, household is a vice, and so are stealing, sexual misconduct. These are the four vices that he has eradicated. Thus spoke the exalted one, and when the master had thus spoken, he spoke yet again. Killing, stealing, lying, and adultery, these four evils was never raised. Second one, in which four ways does one commit no evil action led by desire, does one commit evil led by anger, does one commit evil led by ignorance, does one commit evil led by fear, does one commit evil, but in as much as noble principle is not led by desire, anger, ignorance, and fear, he commits no evil. Thus spoke the exalted one, and when the master had thus spoken, he spoke yet again. Whoever through the desire, hate or fear or ignorance should transgress the Dhamma, all his glory fades away. Like the moon during the waning half, whoever through desire, hate or fear or ignorance transgresses the Dhamma, all his glory ever increases like the moon during the waxing half. 3. What are the six channels for dissipating wealth which he does not pursue? A. Indulgence in intoxicants which cause infatuation and heedlessness. B. Sauntering in streets at unseemly hours. C. Frequenting theatrical shows. D. Indulgence in gambling which causes heedlessness. E. Association with evil companions. F. Habit of idleness. There are young householders with six evil consequences in indulging in intoxicants which cause infatuation and heedlessness, loss of wealth, increase of yeah. Give me a minute. I think we'll keep it on mini screen only so that we save some energy. I will not have a full screen. Is that okay?
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So we come to three. What are the six channels for dissipating wealth which he does not pursue? Indulgence in intoxicants, that is A, which cause infatuation and heedlessness. This we have done. There are we'll go to A directly. There are young householders. This is evil consequences in indulging in intoxicants, which cause infatuation and heedlessness, loss of wealth, increase of quarrels, susceptibility of to disease, earning an evil reputation, sinless exposure to body, weakening of intellect. B. There are young householders. These six evil consequences in sauntering in street at unseemly hours. One, he himself is unprotected and unguarded. Two, his wife and children are unprotected and unguarded. Three, his properties unprotected and unguarded. Four, he is suspected of evil deeds. Five, he is subject to false rumors. Six, he meets with many troubles. See, there are young householders. These six evil consequences is frequenting theatrical shows. He is ever thinking, one, where is their dancing? Where is their singing? Where is their music? Fourth, where is their recitation? Five, where is their playing in cymbals? Six, where is their pot blowing? D, there are young householders. This seeks evil consequences in indulging in gambling. First, the winner begets hate. Two, loser grieves for lost wealth. Three, loss of wealth. Four, his word is not relied upon in a court of law. Five, he is despised by his friends and associates. Six, he is not sought for matrimony, for people would say he is a gambler and is not to look after a wife. E, there are young householders. These six evil consequences in associating with evil companions, namely any gambler, any libertine, any drunkard, any swindler, any cheat, any rowdy is his friend and companion. F. There are young householders. These six evil consequences in being addicted to idleness. One, he does not work, saying that it is extremely cold, that it is extremely hot, that it is too late in the evening. Four, that it is too early in the morning. Five, that he is extremely hungry. Six, that he is too full. Living in this way, he leaves many duties undone. New wealth he does not get, and wealth he has acquired dwindles away. Thus spoke the exalted one, and when the master had thus spoken, he spoke yet again. One is a bottle friend. One says, friend, friend. Only to one's face, one is a friend, and associate only when it is advantageous. Sleeping till sunrise, adultery, irascibility, malevolence, evil companions, avarice, these six causes ruin a man. The man who has evil comrades and friends is given to evil ways. To ruin does the fall in both words, here and the next. Dice, women, liquor, dancing, singing, sleeping by day, sauntering at unseemly hours, evil companions, our eyes, here and the next. These nine causes ruin a man. Who plays with dice and drinks intoxicant goes to women, who are dear unto others as their own lives, associates with the mean and not with elders. He declined just as the moon during the waning half. Who is drunk, poor, destitute, still thirsty while drinking, frequents the bars, sinks in debt as a stone in water, swiftly brings disrepute to his family. Who by habit lives by day and keeps late hours, is ever intoxicated and is licentious, is not fit to lead a household life. Why say it is too hot, too cold, too late, leaves things undone, the opportunities for good go past such men. But he does not regard cold or heat any more than a blade of grass, and who does his duties manfully does not fall away from happiness. These four young householders should be understood as foes in the guise of friends. One, he who appropriates a friend's possessions. Two, he who renders lip service. Three, he who flatters. Four, he who brings ruin. First, in four ways, young householder should one not appropriate be understood as foe in the guise of a friend. One, he appropriates his friend's wealth. Two, he gives little and asks much. Three, he does his duty out of fear. Four, he associates for his own advantage. In four ways, young householder should one who render lip service be understood as foe in the guise of a friend. He makes friendly profession as regards the past. He makes friendly profession as regards the future. Third, he tries to gain one's favor by empty words. Four, when opportunity for service has arisen, he expresses his inability. In four ways, young householder should one who flatters be understood as a foe in the guise of a friend. He approves of his friend's evil deeds. Two, he disapproves his friend's good deeds. Three, he praises him in his presence. Four, he speaks ill of him in the absence. Four, in four ways, young householder should one who brings ruin to be understood as a foe in the guise of a friend. One, he is a companion in indulging in intoxicant that cause infatuation and heedlessness. Two, he is a companion in slaughtering in streets at unseemly hours. Three, he is a companion in frequenting theatrical shows. Four, he is a companion in indulging in gambling, which causes heedlessness. Thus spoke the exalted one, and when the master had thus spoken, he spoke yet again. The friend who appropriates, the friend who renders lip service, the friend that flatters, the friend who brings ruin, these four as enemies the wise behold. Avoid them from afar as paths of peril. These four young householders should be understood as warm-hearted friends. One, he who is a helpmate. Two, he who is the same in happiness and sorrow. Three, he who gives good counsel. Four, he who sympathizes. One, in four ways, young householder should a helpmate be understood as a warm-hearted friend. One, he guards the heedlessness. Two, he protects the wealth of heedlessness. Three, he becomes a refuge when you are in danger. Four, when there are commitments, he provides you with double the supply needed. Two, in four ways, householder should one who is the same in happiness, sorrow, be understood as a warm-hearted friend. One, he reveals his secrets. Two, he conceals one's own secrets. Three, in misfortune, he does not forsake one. Four, his life, even he sacrifices for his one's sake. 3. In 4 ways, young householder should one who gives good counsel be understood as a warm-hearted friend. 1. He restrains one from doing evil. 2. He encourages one to do good. 3. He informs one of what is unknown to oneself. 4. He points out the path to heaven. 4. In 4 ways, the householder should one who sympathizes be understood as a warm-hearted friend. 1. He does not rejoice in one's misfortune. He rejoices in one's prosperity. He restrains others speaking ill of oneself. He praises those who speak well of oneself. Thus spoke the exalted one, and when the master had thus spoken, he spoke yet again. The friend who is a helpmate, the friend in happiness and woe, the friend who gives good counsel, the friend who sympathizes too, these 4 as friends, the wise, behold and cherish them devotedly, as does a mother her own child. The wise and virtuous shine like a blazing fire. He who acquires his wealth in harmless ways, like to a bee that honey gathers. 6. Riches mount up for him like ant hills' rapid growth. With wealth acquired this way, a layman fit for household life in proportion 4 divides portion on his business, spends the fourth of for times of needs he keeps, and how young householder does a noble disciple cover the 6 quarters. The following should be looked upon as the 6 quarters. The parents be looked upon as the east, teachers as the south, wife and children as the west, friends and associates as the north, servants and employees as the nadir, ascetics and Brahmins as the zenith. In 5 ways, young householder, a child should minister to his parents as east. Having supported me, I shall support them. 2. I shall do their duties. 3. I shall keep the family tradition. 4. I shall make myself worthy in my inheritance. 5. Furthermore, I shall offer alms in honor of my departed relatives. In 5 ways, young householder, the parents thus ministered to as the east by their children show their compassion. 1. They restrain them from evil. 2. They encourage them to do good. 3. They train them for a profession. 4. They arrange a suitable marriage. 5. At the proper time, they hand over their inheritance to them. In these 5 ways, do children minister to their parents as the East, and the parents show their compassion to their children. Thus is the East covered by them and made safe and secure. In 5 ways, young householder, a people should minister to a teacher as the South. 1. By rising from the seat in salutation. 2. By attending on him. 3. By eagerness to learn. 4. By personal service. 5. By respectful attention while receiving instructions. In 5 ways, young householder, do teachers thus ministered as to the South by their pupil show their compassion. 1. They train them in the best discipline. 2. They see that they grasp their lessons well. 3. They instruct them in the arts and sciences. 4. They introduce them to their friends and associates. 5. They provide for their safety in every quarter. The teachers thus minister to as the South by their pupils show their compassion towards them in these 5 ways. Thus in South, covered by them and made safe and secure. In 5 ways, young householder, should a wife as the West be ministered to by a husband. 1. By being courteous to her. 2. By not despising her. 3. By being faithful to her. 4. By handing over authority to her. 5. By providing her with adornments. The wife thus ministered to as the West by her husband shows her compassion to her husband in 5 ways. 1. She performs her duties well. 2. She is hospitable to relations and attendants. 3. She is faithful. 4. She protects what he brings. 5. She is skilled and industrious in discharging their duties. In these 5 ways, does the wife show her compassion to her husband, who ministers to her as the West. Thus is the West covered by him and made safe and secure. In 5 ways, young householder should a clansman minister to his friend and associates as the North. 1. By liberality. 2. By courteous speech. 3. By being helpful. 4. By being impartial. And 5. By sincerity. These, the friends and associates, thus ministered to as the North by a clansman, show compassion to him in 5 ways. 1. Protect him when he is heedless. 2. They protect his property when he is heedless. 3. They become a refuge when he is in danger. 4. They do not forsake him in as troubles. 5. They show consideration for his family. The friends and associates thus ministered to as the North by a clansman show their compassion towards him in these 5 ways. Thus is the North covered by him and made safe and secure. In 5 ways, should a master minister to his servants and employees as the Nadir by assigning them work according to their ability. 2. By supplying them with food and with wages. 3. By tending them in sickness. 4. By sharing with them any delicacies. 5. By granting them leave at times. The servants and employees thus ministered to as the Nadir by their master show their compassion to him in 5 ways. 1. They rise before him. 2. They go to sleep after him. 3. They take only what is given. 4. They perform their duties well. 5. They uphold his good name and fame. The servants and employees thus ministered to as the Nadir show their compassion towards him in these 5 ways. Thus is the Nadir covered by him and made safe and secure. In 5 ways, young householder should a householder minister to ascetics and brahmanas as the zenith. 1. By lovable deeds. 2. By lovable words. 3. By lovable thoughts. 4. By keeping open house to them. 5. By supplying their material needs. The ascetics and brahmanas thus ministered to as the zenith by a householder show their compassion towards him in 6 ways. 1. They restrain him from evil. 2. They persuade him to do good. 3. They love him with a kind heart. 4. They make clear what he has not heard. 5. They clarify what he has already heard. 6. They point out the path to a heaven state. In these 6 ways, do ascetics and brahmanas show their compassion towards a householder who ministers to them as the zenith. Thus is the zenith covered by him and made safe and secure. Thus spoke the exalted one, and when the master had thus spoken, he yet again, the mother and father are the east, the teachers are the south, wife and children are the west, the friends and associates are the north, servants and employees are the nadir, the ascetics and brahmanas are the zenith. Who is fit to lead the household life? This 6 quarter, he should salute who is wise and virtuous, gentle and keen-witted, humble and amendable. Such a one to honor may attain who is energetic and not indolent. In misfortune, unshaken, flawless in manner and intelligent. Such a one to honor may attain who is hospitable and friendly, liberal and unselfish, a guide and instructor, a leader, such a one who honor may attain generosity, sweet speech, helpfulness to others, impartiality to all, as the case demands. These four winning ways make the world go around. As the linchpin in a moving car, if this in the world exist not, neither mother nor father will receive respect and honor from their children. Since these four winning ways, the wise appraise in every way the eminence they attain and praise they rightly give. When exalted one had spoken thus, Sigala, the young householder, said as follows: Excellent Lord, excellent. It is as if, Lord, a man were to set upright that which was overturned, or were to reveal that which was hidden, or were to point out the way to one who had gone astray, or were to hold a lamp amidst the darkness, so that those who have eyes may see. Even so has the doctrine been explained in various ways by the exalted one. I take refuge, Lord, in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. May the exalted one receive me as a lay follower, as one who has taken refuge from his very day, from this very day to life's end. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So this is the sutta which the Buddha gave to Sigala, and you know the this directions. Why the direction? Their directions are known because of the aggregates, skanda, which we call in Pali aggregate. There are 5 aggregates. So the Buddha has very clearly defined why the directions, because of the aggregate. This is not mentioned in the sutta, but it is my research. So significance, parents are regarded as the first teacher and primary caretaker. They provide the foundation of life and moral guidance. What is the element? Earth is the element. Earth represents stability, grounding, and support, much like how parents provide a safe, stable, and secure foundation for their children. For South, for parents, it is East. For South, teachers. Significance, teachers are the source of knowledge and wisdom. They help shape one's intellectual and moral development. What is the element here? Water. Water symbolizes flow and purification. Teachers help purify the mind through education and facilitate the flow of knowledge. For wife and children, the direction the Buddha has said is west. Significant, the family represents personal relationships and emotional bonds. It encompasses love, care, and responsibility. Element, or the reference used is that of a fire. Fire signifies passion, warmth, transformation. Family life ignites emotion and drives personal growth and transformation. North is defined for friends and associates. Significance, friends and associates provide social support, companionship, and collaboration. They help expand one's social circle and network. What is the element used here, or the skanda? That is air. Air denotes movement, communication, and flexibility. Friends and associates facilitate communication and help navigate social landscape. Similarly, for servants and employees, so the element used is space for servants and employees. And for ascetics and Brahmins, the element is also used space. So integrating the 6 direction and 5 element, the integration of 6 directions and 5 element in the Sigala Sutta offer a holistic approach to living a balanced and harmonious life. Each direction corresponds to a specific relationship, and the elements provide deeper symbolic meanings, reflecting the interconnectedness of all aspects of existence. By understanding and honoring these directions and elements, we can cultivate a life grounded in ethical conduct, mindfulness, and spiritual growth. This perspective can enhance your presentation by showing how the teachings of the Sigala Sutta are not only moral guidelines but also deeply connected to the natural world and its elements, emphasizing harmony between human relations and the universe. So that is it from me. I thank you. I share my merits for giving me this opportunity to offer this Dhamma Desana or Dhamma sermon. Whatever merits I earned today out of it, I am sharing here with all of you, all from the Samartha Vipassana Trust. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you so much, Samirji, for offering today's reading and also giving your perspective how the sutta is connected to the aggregates and the elements, which is a different view. So I'm kind of curious what led you to consider that connection.
Yes, this connection is there. Basically, these five directions with the aggregates the Buddha has mentioned. The skandhas are very important because that is the belief of Buddhism. It's all about five aggregates. So, every direction, the Buddha has resonated with with one particular element. So it is not just a sutta, but that sutta is basically grounded in terms of this is the direction and this is how you need to kind of venerate or worship or you work. So it's more like, an example which the Buddha has demonstrated. And globally, Sigala Sutta is responded and understood very well. And the directions are also honored. The directions are also honored. One who understands or respects the direction, transformations happen. Transformations happen. So this is witness. This is witnessed by everyone.
Thank you, thank you. So I noticed a few people dialed in today. Is anyone who dialed in today, does anyone have any questions for Samiji? So Samiji offered a reading of this Sigalovada Sutta, this popular sutta, but also a different perspective at looking how to worship or venerate or practice towards the 6 directions and the 6 categories of relationships in connection to the 5 aggregates and also to the elements. Anyone who's dialed in today has any questions for Samirji? Okay, there's a question here from Pi. Does the phrase, "May the Exalted One receive me as a lay follower, as one who has taken refuge from this very day to life's end," mean that Sigala attained Sotapanna stage? Samirji, would you like to answer that question?
No, basically, Sigala mentioned here is coming from a business family. He's more towards accumulating wealth, a squanderer, and he regretted later when his the father was also concerned. Okay, how can my only child, and I have a belief on the Buddha, but my son does not believe the Buddha, and he is on a different path, on the path of destruction. So he tried to, Sigala's father tried to encourage his son, encourage Sigala to visit the Buddha and listen to his sermons. But Sigala unheeded that. He did not listen to his father. So this father thought that maybe let me try a conventional way. So he said, like, you worship in all these 6 directions and, well will happen to you. So it was communicated by Sigala's father to Sigala in the absence of the Buddha. But when Sigala's father passed away, Buddha, every morning he had that super powers where he had that, he could see, he could listen. So, through his supernatural power, he saw that as a young Brahmin child, son of my very late devotee and very compassionate devotee. He is all hair wet and body wet, and he is offering 6 directions. So the Buddha Sumoto appeared in front of Sigala, and that is how the debate started, or the question answer started. And then at the end, if you see, the Sigala accepted the Dhamma. He accepted the Dhamma. He is Sikka Padam Samadhyami. And I will learn to walk on the path of the Dhamma. So that is how. But there is no mention of his being Sottapanna. There is no mention of him becoming a Sottapanna.
Thank you, Samir ji, for not only answering the question but providing the background, the background to how the events unfolded for this question and answer to happen. So that was also important for people to understand. Is there anyone else had any other question before we wrap the session? You can unmute yourself, or you can type your question in the chat window. So if there are no further questions, Samir ji, would you like to lead us today for the sharing of merits?
Well, sure, but it would be better if collectively we do it, because we have done a collective sadhana together, and I'm a firm believer and an admirer of collective sadhana. So if you could together we could do the prayer, I think that would be purposeful. Please lead us.
Yep, sure. And then maybe I can also share the screen, the sharing of merit script, so that those who are not familiar can join us together as well. Can you see my screen on the sharing of merit script?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
a bit larger. Yeah. Should we begin?
Yes.
Yeah. May the suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May all beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu,
Sadhu. Thank you, Samir ji. Wishing you
so
good health, happiness, peace always, and everyone who dialed in. Thank you so much, and have a pleasant week ahead. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.